So why is this nut and socket so expensive? Answer, Motorsport. Everything's expensive in Motorsport, but no. We'll start with the nut. The reason someone has asked on YouTube, has commented asking about how do you not cross-thread it when you're putting it on? Well, there's a few designs. On the hub here, you've got a nice lead, and on the nut a nice lead. So when you go on, it sort of straightens itself up so you can't cross-thread it. I mean, you can cross-thread it if you're an idiot and you really try to, but you just got to be careful when you send it on with a gun to try not to. And obviously on this side here, it's got these indents for these sockets to match up to. So when you line it up with like a normal spanner or a normal nut, you've got to try and turn it quite a big way to there. With this, it just locks in straight away. And to stop the nut falling out, got some nice magnets in it. This is an older nut, so a few of the magnets have fallen out. That's why it's a spare old one. We used to just putting the run-up hubs on and the setup wheels on. But I mean, the magnets, even though this is missing a few of the magnets, it's pretty hard to get out. Yeah, so the nut won't fall out when you're changing the wheels. But if you do pull the trigger with the nut in there, it will disappear down the pit lane, as we have seen happen. People have done it, it does happen, and it's ting, 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 and it's disappeared. So you have to be careful, and be careful with that. And also with another thing on the nuts is that one side's left-hand thread and one side's right-hand thread. So one side's righty-tighty, the other side's lefty-tighty. Can get yourself mixed up. You've got to concentrate when you're doing the wheel gun, because it can catch right if you're not careful, but with practice you get there. These nuts are about £600 each. So in dollars, that's about $800. So we have obviously 4 on the car, then you have 4 spare because each gunman has 2 spare on his belt for in case one cross threads or just tings one down the pit lane. And then a couple more spare. So at the moment I think we've got 10 of these, so you can do the math on that, expensive. And we've got 4 new ones coming for the next race, which is Le Mans, so more money. And then onto the socket. Very, very light, titanium, machine specifically just for this and to fit on the wheel gun. Like I said, it's got the many teeth on there and the magnets, but that was missing a few, whereas this one here is only, well, it's not missing any. That's the one that's on the actual wheel gun. So here's the wheel gun we use as well. Paoli, nice bit of kit. These range from about £5,700, about $5,000 to $8,000. This one's about £6,000, I think, new. Got a nice swivel end for the quick release for the airline, so it doesn't get tangled up or in the way and all that. The trigger, and then here's the shuttle at the back for changing direction of the drive. Yeah, another thing on the hubs, one more thing I'll say, is the retaining pins. They are to, once the nut's wound on, you can see they click out and stop the nut from unwinding. It's supposed to. I mean, when a wheel comes loose, it doesn't usually when it's going around. It stops it for a bit, but I mean, it will. It's not foolproof. It's regulation, has to be there, and obviously to get the nut off, to push them in. Or the other design feature of the socket is it's a smaller diameter in there, so when it goes over, it pushes the pins in to get them off. And the other thing as well, on the disc here, you can see the holes for the drive pegs. So the drive pegs on this car, different to the LMP3. On this car, the drive pegs are in the back of the wheel, so when the wheel goes on, the pegs sort of go through the holes. Chamfered slightly to try and help guide it in, but you can hit the peg straight on there with the wheel, which doesn't seat it, so you've got to turn it a bit and seat the wheel on when needed. So yeah, Motorsport's expensive. These sockets, 1200 quid for a socket. We have 3 of them, don't we, I think?
Yeah.
3 of them, yeah. We've got 1 for each gun and then this spare one here. Yeah. But the nut's at £600, the socket's at £1,200, the guns are around 5,000, and we have 3 guns for the car. Obviously, 2 guns and a spare one. You can do the math quickly and work out that it is very expensive. And that's only the small part of the price of Motorsport. I mean, if you want, comment down below what you want to see next. If you want me to go through steering wheel, electronics on the car, anything else, comment, let me know. I'm sure I can do a video on it and show you. I mean, here's the dash panel as well. We can go for anything. But yeah, give it a like and subscribe. Let me know down below what you want to see next.